G'day people and welcome. Let's thread the Janome 534D Serger or Overlocker. Lint collector, toolkit that sits in it. In amongst the toolkit there is this little piece of apparatus which is used for threading. It's a looper threader. So I'm going to show you initially how to thread the machine, and I'm going to do it with the colours that are indicated on the threading diagram in here. And the reason for that is when we get to the point of sewing with it, if you can see which colour of thread is not doing the right thing, then you can work out which one you have to alter. So I am threading green on this outside one. I go over the loop at the top. I go on the left side, down, up and over and onto the right hand hole that is marked green. I then come down here into the guide around the tension device over the top of the next guide. The machine here is telling me where to go through this guide. Now these are all marked in the appropriate colour. Now there's a little one next to that I need to go through. There. Now we get to the complicated bit for these older style machines. Trying to give you a better view of the threading the underneath part of the machine now. I need to pass the thread from the right to the left, and there is a guide there. Pull it up into that guide. That's the guide in the middle, up here. Then I need to put the looper threader onto the groove at the front of the looper, and when I slide it down, when it gets to the bottom of that, it's actually in another little thread guide. So I need to pull this thread, wrap it around the little wire. Sorry about all my fingers being in the way. And when I pull that back, that's put it through the loop at the bottom end of the lower looper. Now when I move it up, I can put it through the hole at the top of the looper. So that little piece of equipment makes that little bit so much easier. I'm going to use tweezers and put the thread from the front to the back through the eye of the looper. This is the lower looper. Now, I need to get this under the foot. The easiest way I've found to do it is to put it between the cutter and the foot and underneath, and I can shut that. If you're getting something out of this video, please give me a thumbs up. It's important to thread from the right to the left. If you want to find out why your threads keep breaking in your overlocker, check out that video up there. Next I'm going for red. You can actually use regular sewing thread in an overlocker, it's just you go through an awful lot of it. So once again, I go down on the left side of the holes, up and over to the right hole. Now I'm going to go around and into the tensioner, over this guide. Next I'm going down to a guide down here. There's one here that's got a red mark on it. There's another one here that's got a red mark on it. Then the diagram becomes a bit more difficult to see. There is a little wire at the top of this looper before I actually go through the eye of the looper itself. And there we are, that's the upper looper threaded. Once again, I'll go down between the foot and the knife, and there's my upper looper threaded. The right needle is the blue thread indicator on here. So down through the left hole, up and over through the right hole. Following this guide, we're going around here, under this guide, over this one, through the blue one on the right. There's a guide just above the eye of the needle, and I'm going to use my needle threader on here. If you haven't seen it, I do have a video on how to use needle threaders. Check it out. This particular threader doesn't have a hook on it, so I'm just going to use the tweezers to get that through, if I can grab hold of it, which would be nice. There we go. Once again, between the foot and the blade. There we go. And finally, the yellow thread. Down from the left, through the left one, up and over, down through the right one, around the tensioner, over to the left, the guide above the needle, and thread the needle. Pick up the loop and pull it through. Whoops. Almost did it, and then I pulled it out myself. There we go, all done, all threaded. Now, at this point, if I put the foot down, that puts tension on all of the tension dials. I'm going to hold on to these and give a gentle tug on each one. And the reason for that is that I want the thread to be firmly, not just sitting at the edge of those tension discs, I want it to be firmly into the tension discs. So it's now all threaded. If I hand wind it forward a couple of times, and I will actually put a light on here, I'm not sure if that's going to help or not, you'll see it start to chain over these hooks, over these guides. And at that point, it's ready to go. The standard place to have the tension set on your machine is at 3. You'll notice there are dots from the 2, a dot, then 3, a dot, then 4. That's indicating that the 3 is the centre, the standard position for your tensions. If, once you've got your machine threaded and everything is set to 3, the tensions aren't working, check out my video on tensions over here, and I'll see you there.